My name is Carnes. I'm running for General Assembly Vice President. My platform is based around education because education is the foundation for change, and the two subparts of my platform include sanitation and child labor, because sanitation and getting clean water is one of the major effects that keeps girls from going to schools, while child labor is the major effect that keeps boys from going to schools. So I wanted to cover every base that I could. I'm super excited to be at MUN in person this year. Last year was fun, but I'm very excited to be back. And I've loved hearing everyone in Committee 1 and all their bills and getting to speak on that. It's just been amazing.
Hello everyone, I'm Eliza Abstin and I'm running for GA Vice President. My three platforms are clean water, because a lot of people in the world don't have access to clean water and it actually makes them really sick. And so with the COVID health pandemic, we really need to fill in health-related gaps. And then next is access to education, because many children in the world do not have schools. Maybe it's because they live in rural areas, or maybe it's because they're female. So we definitely want to increase education to improve the quality of life. And then lastly, human trafficking. It goes across international borders and harms a lot of people. And so I think that as a GA and as the United Nations, we can bring this topic to discussion and prevent future crimes. So I would love to be your next GA Vice President and make debate fun and not as scary. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robert Chang, running for Vice President of General Assembly. One world issue that I want to address is the human rights violations occurring within the Middle East. And I believe that one thing one should implement is more social events and connectivity.
Hi, I'm Isabella Khan. I'm a junior at Nolensville High School, and I'm running for General Assembly Vice President. My platform is to decrease homelessness, because there are about 1.6 billion people who are homeless in the world right now, to minimize hunger and malnutrition, because 8.9% of the population is currently malnourished, and finally, to increase power of non-security council countries. I just really love MUN. I've done it since I was in 8th grade. It's helped me make a lot of friends and feel more comfortable speaking in front of people, and I would really love it if you would vote for me. Vote for Khan, because Khan cares.
Hi, I'm Gardner and I'm running for General Assembly Vice President. My platform is greater historical and cultural preservation, nuclear disarmament, and greater enforcement of human rights, especially for LGBT people and women. My goal as an officer is to create, a positive space where everyone can feel free to express themselves and express their opinions, no matter how skilled they are or how much experience they have at MUN. Because I've had a lot of experience, being afraid to speak, being afraid to, talk at these conferences, and I've come to really enjoy debating, and I want to give that same feeling to the delegates that I chair for. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Lisa Kim and I'm running to be one of your VPs this year. My platform includes creating more educational programs for refugee children in Nashville, as well as creating a really good infrastructure and a protection plan for the 65,000 Afghan refugees who are coming to America this year. And I also really want to be pushing for universal health care. The pandemic has only increased healthcare disparities, and I really think it's an important issue to address. Everyone has the right to feel safe and healthy. And something that I would change about Model UN would be maybe creating a more in-depth introduction to MUN, so that everyone, especially if it's your first year, you'll be less confused and you'll know how Parley Pro works and everything like that. That's something that I struggled with as my first year. But yeah, just go out on a limb and vote Lisa Kim.
Hey y'all, my name is Mishra and I'm running to be one of your VPs for next year. My platform revolves around education for one at a local level, which is why I, as a servant leader, go around to schools, help tutoring people for those in need. I also believe in addressing human rights. The pandemic has only worsened this issue through the inhumane treatment of the virus. And I believe that together in the UN, we can help resolve these issues that have arisen. I also believe in fixing climate change, addressing climate change through the use of green energy sources. If countries make a combined effort to address this issue, we can change the world. I'm looking forward to be one of your VPs. I hope to create an informative and enjoyable time for y'all. And one thing that I would change about MUN is bringing together more events so that we can work together and build lifetime bonds that will last a lifetime. So vote for me, and hope you all have a great conference.
Hi, my name is Darryl Mitchell, and I'm running to be General Assembly Vice President. I'm so excited for this year's MUN, and my platforms that I'm advocating for are climate change and women's rights. So climate change is a leading problem affecting every country on Earth, and I think the only solution to this problem is partnership, because not only one country can solve this solution or solve this problem, everybody needs to come together and solve it as a whole. And women's rights is also a leading problem in a lot of countries. Women are being discouraged, there's so many discriminations against them, and they're being violated in so many different ways. And I think it's time to actually stand up and support these women and give them reasonable, give these women help, and to help them flourish and become strong and powerful and to be leaders of the world.
That's it. Do you want to speak on your platform for MUN specifically, if you want to see any changes in it or emphasize anything? Like just like I want people to have a great time at MUN and that kind of thing.
I'm so excited to be back this year at MUN, and I hope that we can all come together and all meet new people, because it has been rough not being able to be in person. So I am so excited to be able to meet new people, and I hope you do too. And I hope all of y'all's resolutions are great and everything is great, and I hope y'all have the best time.
Hi guys, I'm Ramsey, and I'm running as Vice President of Model UN. And one of the things I talked about in my global campaign was how Model UN has always been a safe space for me, and how I want to be able to create more safe spaces like this for kids around the world through supporting unique approaches to education. I think that's such an important thing, to be able to nurture like the exchange of conversation, and for kids to be able to grow and learn more and improve their speaking skills and confidence. I think that's an absolute must. And when it comes to Model UN, something that I want to change, or really not change but increase and better at, is making this conference as inclusive as it can be, by including even more kids, trying to reach out to more underprivileged kids as well, because this is an experience that I think everyone should be able to have. Thank you so much, and turn out and vote for me.
Hey guys, I'm Anub, and I'm running for VP this year. My platform, it emphasizes the current refugee crisis, which is at its peak right now because of the pandemic. Additionally, foreign aid and diplomacy that goes hand in hand with the refugee crisis has also been mentioned on my platform. And as VP, I hope to welcome everyone's voice and encourage everyone that's new to MUN to really embrace the fun that comes with it. So vote NUM for MUN, and I hope to be your VP next year.
No.
Hey Model winners! Okay, so discussing my platform consists of investigating global inequity that is created by tax havens and trying to eliminate these sources by creating transparent banking laws. These banking laws would allow for the correct tax enumeration of goods so that corporations are able to fulfill their debt to society. And lastly, this would include an increase in funding for education. We want to make sure that the freshmen are included this year, as well as any other grade that suffered a reduced experience in terms of COVID-19. Model UN online versus Model UN in person is a huge transition, and I would seek to make that transition easier by identifying weak spots and bolstering them. So, thank you.
Hi, I'm Tay Stover, and I'm running for General Assembly Vice President. My issues that I'm focusing on is in relation to climate change and in relation to human rights violations, specifically against women and people of ethnic minorities. These are some of the biggest things that are plaguing our world today, and we need to create a unity between all nations to be able to fix our world and to promote a better future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Saroja. I'm running for GA President, and I'm basing my platform on education. So I think education leads to cultural change. I think worldwide, the world could do better as a whole to educate its people. I think especially in more rural areas, I think grassroots change could lead to systemic change. So I really hope you guys vote for me. I'm so glad to be back in person, and I'm really excited for MUN 2021.
Hi, my name is Aubrey King, and I'm running for General Assembly President. This year, my platforms are centered on ending desertification, world hunger, and fostering economic development in the Middle East. This year, I'm really excited to see everyone in person, and I hope we can make next year the best MUN ever. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Elise Bonner, and I'm running to be one of your GA presidents. And my global platform is women's rights and expanding upon those rights. And I am going to be chairing one of the middle school MUN conferences, and I will also be one of your speaker pro temps for the YIG Capital Conference.
Hi, my name is Gaither. I'm from Central Magnet School. I'm a junior, and this is my 3rd year at the Model UN Conference.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about your campaign globally?
So globally, I talked about this in my speech, but I really want to focus on like the allocation of foreign aid and like where it goes. So like programs like UNICEF and global programs and distributing funds to them from the UN so that they can better help their country's needs.
Very nice. And then could you speak a little bit about what you want to change within MUN itself?
Okay, so for Model UN, I also talked about this in my speech, but I really just want to make sure that everyone grows from the experience and like has a positive learning or a positive learning environment, because like the first few times it's a little rough and no one really knows exactly what to say, and so I want to make people feel comfortable and feel like they can mess up and it'll be okay and they can learn from that.
So since the platform I chose was to promote educational equality or equal access to quality education, I got into this problem last year when I did CHAD for my resolution. I addressed educational inequalities in sub-Saharan Africa, and the reason I chose education as my platform is because I feel that education has the most profound effect on somebody. Like, I realized that without a proper educational industry in a country, your workforce is very unskilled, your economy becomes becomes reliant on a lot of labor-based industries, and it's really the quality of life in a lot of areas where education is poor is just not very good. So I felt that education was an issue that had a lot of parallels to other parts of life. And one thing I would change about Model UN is sort of the competitive nature that people walk in with. Not that, being competitive is a good thing, but I feel that delegates should not just try to, make every single resolution look bad. They should try to get the best possible discussion out of each resolution.